Hi, welcome to Hebrew Mechina. Mechina is a Hebrew word that means preparation, and this course will prepare you to be able to read Hebrew. Hebrew is an alphabetic language. Unlike English, it's read from right to left instead of left to right. Also unlike English is that only the consonants are generally represented by letters. The vowels are most often represented by dots and dashes. The vowels appear mostly under the letters or sometimes above them, always after the letter. So the letter comes first and then the vowel. In this program, you're going to learn how to read Hebrew using some key Hebrew words. So our first key word is shamash. The shamash is the helper candle that's used to light all of the other candles in the Hanukkah menorah. If you look at the word underneath the picture, the first sound in shamash is also the sound of telling you to be quiet. It's what the librarian used to do, or what people do when you're making too much noise. They will say, shh. The second sound in the word shamash is a vowel. If you look under that first letter, you'll see a single line. That line looks a little bit like the tongue depressor that a doctor uses when the doctor tells you to open your mouth and say ah, and that vowel, that single line is the vowel ah. So the first part of shamash is sha. The second letter in the word, which is the third sound, is the letter mem. It makes the sound the sound that we would make when something tastes good. Underneath the mem, the is another vowel. This one's shaped kind of like a T. It makes exactly the same sound as the first vowel. And of course, if you look at the last letter, you notice it's the same as the first. So this becomes sha-mash, shamash. In Hebrew, every syllable within the word has one vowel and only one vowel. That way you can always tell how many syllables a word has. All you have to do is count up the number of vowels. So in this case, the word shamash has two syllables, a syllable being that part of a word that has its own beat. So shamash is shamash. 2 beats, 2 syllables. The secret of good reading in Hebrew is blending the letters and the vowels together to make the syllables, and then blending the syllables together to make words. And then, of course, after that, it's blending the words together to make sentences. So some syllables, like the first one in shamash, are consonant-vowel syllables. They are made up of just one consonant and one vowel. Other syllables are consonant-vowel-consonant syllables, like the second syllable in shamash. Sha is a consonant-vowel. Mash is a consonant-vowel-consonant syllable. So this keyword has one consonant-vowel and one consonant-vowel-consonant syllable. And as I said, the secret is once you blend the letters into the syllables and the syllables into the words, the next thing will be blending the words into sentences. The second key word is sham. Sham is the opposite of the word for here. It's the Hebrew word that means the opposite of here. So you could say over sham, over sham. The second letter in this word, because you recognize the first letter and the vowel, the second letter is actually a variation of a letter that you've seen before. Hebrew doesn't have any capital letters. English has a capital version of every letter in the alphabet. Not true with Hebrew. There are no capital letters at all. But there are 5 letters that have final forms. It's kind of the exact opposite of a capital letter. A capital letter comes at the beginning of the word. a final letter comes only in the last position of the word. So the second letter in the word sham is actually a final version of the letter mem that you saw with the last keyword. Our next Hebrew word is Adam. Adam is the name of a famous character in the Bible. He was actually the first man, and Adam is a male name, a masculine name. It is also a word that means a human being of any variety. Any human being is Adam. The first letter of this particular word is called an aleph. It's one of two letters that does not currently make a sound of its own. If you look closely, you can look at the second letter and figure out what it means, what it says. In the word Adam, you have a, and then you have dam. See if you can guess what that letter makes. The letter is called adalet. And you will notice that the third letter is the same final that you just looked at a moment ago. The second letter that makes no sound of its own is found in the keyword am. Am means people. You sometimes hear spoken of Am Yisrael, the people of Israel. So the first letter of the word am also does not currently make a sound. In ancient times, when Hebrew first came into being, both the aleph and the ayin represented sounds that were made very deep, far back in the back of the throat. Today they are just treated by saying the sound of the vowel that comes with them. And again, you'll notice that the last letter of the word am is that same final letter that you learned with sham and with adam. So far you have had two of these three vowels. You'll find the third one will show up in the reading pages that you'll be working on with your teacher. All three of these vowels represent the same sound. They all make the sound ah. That is something that you'll find periodically happens, that you'll have more than one symbol that makes the same sound. Here you have three that represent the same sound. So that's it for the first part here. I suggest that you now move on to the reading pages and practice some reading for the first few pages until you get to the next set of keywords. Thanks.